Hey guys, it is Mike from Baltimore Rides here, wrapping up Tuesday, January 30th. I did not make a Monday video because Monday was just terribly slow. I did about $150 on Monday, but it was a long day to get that $150. And I'll be honest, today shaped up about the same. I did $200 on a Tuesday in Baltimore, but it's 3:30 in the morning, Wednesday morning, and I'm finally quitting. So, it was much longer than I needed to work, but, I want to get consistent dollars and numbers up on the board. And if that means I got to work longer hours, it means I got to work longer hours. And this week is going to be a little bit wonky for me. I've had stuff to do basically every day this week. Monday, I was at my mom's hospital. Today, I was doing a site walk at one of the assisted living facilities where we're maybe going to place her. I was not pleased with the place I looked at today. Tomorrow, I've got a meeting at my daughter's school, and then I'm looking at a place for my mom, and then on Thursday, I'm looking at 3 places for my mom. So my schedule's going to be FUBAR pretty much Monday through Thursday. It's just not going to look like a regular week. And so because I'm starting later or not able to get to DC because of how late I'm starting, I'm going to have to compensate by adding extra hours on the back end to make up for the shortage on the front end. So, that's just the way you do it. That's how you grind when you're in a slow season or a slump. And it's one of the things that I learned from watching The Deadliest Catch. The Deadliest Catch, I was a loyal fan for many years, and many years, probably the first 8 seasons I was loyal to. But what I learned from that show, watching these guys do what they do day in and day out, year after year too, is that, even the best of them have a slump where they're struggling to find what they need to find. Even the best of them sometimes need to change it up and switch up tactics and do things different than they've done before. And so it's okay. I know what you do in a slump. You grind. And you work more days, longer days, and you just keep on working until you get the number you need. That's grinding. Now, in the summertime, I didn't have to grind. Summer, fall, I could do $200 on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday without blinking my eye, in a good, normal, whatever you want to call it, 10-hour shift. But right now, finding 200 is like finding a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It's not easy to come by. So that's where that stands. Now, I have not looked at the Uber dashboard since it clicked over to midnight, but there still was not tax summaries as of Tuesday. So when they say the 31st, they're really waiting till the very last minute. I hope to God they're up, because honestly, it's the last piece of the puzzle I need so I can file my taxes. And really, it's the last piece of the puzzle I need for you guys. Now, somebody left a comment the other day. I don't know if it was Madison Dean or if it was somebody else, but about, taxes are really easy with Uber. Now, that's a trick, okay? And they are, if you're part-time and you're only doing this a little bit, and you're tracking your mileage, you can generally very quickly determine, okay, am I going to take the standard mileage deduction, which is 50-something cents, 56 cents, I think it is, a mile, or am I going to take actual mileage plus gas, plus car payment, plus wear and tear? What's going to be better for me? Now, in a car that's a gas guzzler, it's probably better for you to itemize your fuel expense and your mileage and everything else, because if your fuel expense is really high, it's probably going to work out better. For me, driving a car, 4-door sedan that gets 30-something miles to the gallon, I can take the standard deduction and win every time. Because it's basically half your mileage. And I've driven 50,000 miles this year, so you're getting 20-something thousand in a mileage deduction that's just simple. I don't have to itemize fuel. I don't have to itemize all this stuff, and I win. So that's for a part-timer, the main piece, but you still need the tax summary and the 1099. The tax summary tells you how much in fees they charged over that period. So, you know, you did 10 trips for $100, but your 1099 shows up and it says $225. Well, I didn't get paid $225. Where's the other $125? Well, you look on your tax summary, and your tax summary says we charged those 10 customers a total of $125 in fees, and then paid you the difference. So, you know, the remainder, which is the $100. So you don't want to get taxed by Uncle Sam on the 200 number if you didn't really get the 200 number. You only want to get taxed on your taxable income. So you take the $125 Lyft fee or Uber fee and you list it as an expense, as a business expense, and then that comes out of your profit. So, you know, there's kind of like a simpler way to do taxes with Uber and Lyft and a more complex way to do taxes with Uber and Lyft. Now, I'm going to show you the way that I do it because I believe when it comes to the IRS, simple's a trap. Now, like simple deductions, like the standard deduction or the standard mileage deduction, that's all good stuff. It's basically the IRS saying, we don't want to go through every one of your receipts. So here, you can just take the standard deduction and we'll trust you. You know, everybody wins. But, you know, you've got to have both pieces of the puzzle. You've got to have the math to price check them both and say, well, what's better for me? Is it better for me to take the standard deduction or to expense all my itemized expenses? Let me run it both ways and see what I get. You know, the other piece to that is all the other business expenses that you're allowed to write off that are not vehicle related. You know, now for me, that includes cleaning supplies for my car, any electronic equipment, so the dashboard mount, the charger cords, the battery inverter, the aux cord, the earpieces that I wear, anything like that that is going in the vehicle for business use can be expensed. The cell phone itself can be expensed, as can a portion of your bill. Now, if your bill has got 3 phones on it, and only one of those phones is an Uber phone, you only expense the portion that's the Uber phone. But same thing with your home office. If your home office is a certain size, which I don't recall off the top of my head, and you can do certain things with it, which are very specific, then you can count it as a home office and you can expense a portion of it, including a portion of the gas, a portion of the heat, all that stuff. You're same with your cable bill. If you've got internet service and you use your phone at home or you use your laptop at home to research, to see what's going on, to read reviews, to watch my YouTube channel, whatever. You know, so those are all considered research expenses to make you better at your business. So they definitely count. Whatever tools you're using to gain that knowledge are tax deductible. And that's, you know, food and meals expense. There's a certain amount that's 50% deductible, and then there's a certain amount that's 100% deductible. So, and they're different. You got to know the differences. God, I mean, there's so many things I can think about. So just know that when I say it's complicated, it's not easy, I don't mean that reading the piece of paper is complicated and not easy. They spell it out on the piece of paper very well. And when you compare the tax summary to the 1099, you're good to go. It's kind of like a weird version of a W-2. You know, it's basically income that you're expensing. So you put the income in, and then you move on to expenses, and you take out all the money you spent on expenses, and it works just like that. But it's not those two things that are problematic. it's the people, it's the vehicle registration, it's all these weird little things that, you know, you don't necessarily think, well, is this business related or isn't it? Like my cell phone bill or my cable bill, or, you know, I went to Walmart and I bought, you know, a phone charger or whatever. If it's work purpose related, if you're using it to benefit you or your customers at work, it's related. Now, how many times do we buy something at Walmart and we buy 2 things for work and 3 things for home, all on the same receipt? All the time. Well, the problem with that is that if you do that, you've got to split your receipts, and that's hard to do. So you've got to remember to buy your work stuff on separate receipts than your personal stuff. And sometimes it means you ring up twice at self-checkout. I mean, it's a pain in the butt, but it's worth it. So I'm going to let you guys go because I'm rambling and my eyes are really tired. But the tax video is coming soon. I just need the tax summaries to finalize it. So everybody get a good night's sleep. I definitely need some. And I will be on the road tomorrow. Talk to you guys later. Bye.